You're here, set the REM pod off again. Thank you.
Ghost time!
Park is closed from sunset to sunrise due to ghostly activity.
All right, we are here at the Salem Hanging tree here in Pringle Park in Salem, Oregon. There were at least 4 hangings here that we know of, and we're going to do some spirit box and see if we could get some EMF here. There's supposedly still lots of ghosts, including one man who claims he was innocent and a few other who were not so innocent.
Yeah,
but
we're
could
pretty
still
sure they were.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they were guilty. Charles John Rowe was the guy who murdered his second wife, I think it was.
Yeah, it was his second wife.
Because she was fooling around.
He
Probably.
He accused her.
Well, she said something like, "You can't prove it," or something like that.
William Kendall was the man who was.
He was the first one we think is innocent.
He was innocent. Then there were 2 more. I think they were a double hanging too.
So then George Beale and George Baker, no relation.
They were both Georges? 2
Georges, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I can't see with my glasses on like that.
Everyone named George was a murderer back in that day.
Yeah, George was, you don't want to be a George.
This is Pringle Park. Did anybody bring Pringles? We should have brought some Pringles.
I didn't even think of that.
It's making me want Pringles. Looking around the site of the original hanging grounds here in Salem, there were 4 hangings. The first one, a little bit of controversy, might have hung an innocent man, hanged an innocent man. Hung did?
Yeah.
Was the innocent man hung?
I hear that he was hung, but that was before they hanged him.
That had nothing to do with the hanging.
And probably why they did it.
It was 2 separate things. Apparently he was generally known as a bit of an asshole, which isn't a reason to hang you. But when the murder occurred, he was a likely scapegoat because nobody really liked him. So be likable. Yeah. So you don't get accused of.
They will hang you in Salem.
They will hang you in Salem.
On the rock.
So cute. Oh my gosh.
That's a she, I'm pretty sure. I know how to identify the ladies. Yeah. I know how to identify the female of pretty much any species. It's called the Pringle Ditch, and then that's Pringle Creek.
Very pretty.
Yeah. It's very most tranquil.
You wouldn't know that people were murdered here, or not murdered, but hanged.
Yeah. I mean, they were the ones that did the murdering. They done the murdering first, and then they got hanged because they were murdered. They murdered people. So. Yeah,
one guy did murder his wife, and he admitted it.
Oh yeah, he admitted it. Yeah.
So that guy deserved what he got.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean he's not still roaming this park. But...
Yeah, he probably feels justified. All right, we are here along the banks of Pringle Ditch. See if we can get anything going. I don't remember everybody's name. I remember William Kendall. He was actually, according to our sources, he was hanged. That area used to be part of the park before it was torn down to build that parking structure, and that happened over there. But sometimes people say they have some strange occurrences there. Hear some things. William Kendall. I'm not exactly at the area where you died, but I'm close. A lot of ambient noise. This tree is most spooky. Everybody knows that there's no better way to stir up the spirits. Woo! Here's a little something. I'll do it again. As I was going down there, the hair on my arm started to stand up. And I don't know if that was from either ghostly activity or from just static electricity from my pants. Spirit box. I can barely fit through this thing. Okay, now I'm here doing this to provoke a response from the spirits.
William Kendall, are you here?
So you got William Kendall, Charles John Rowe, And
the
George
Georges.
Beale and George, I don't remember the other George's last name.
Baker, I think.
Baker.
All the Georges.
Makes sense. Woo! All right.
Are you playing on play equipment for all eternity?
Did we get anything from that? Do you guys have anything to say after watching that spectacular display? Oh God! Oh Jesus!
Oh my God! Don't eat it. He's taming the spirits, guys. He's taming the evil spirits.
I'm trying to get it to go all the way around.
We are actually getting
0.09.
a reading for once.
Underground cables or something.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Or
are we getting
a message from the dead?
What is that random thing in the middle of the grass too? Like,
yeah, I'll have to go over and check. Looks like a sewer thing.
When there's something ominous sticking out of the ground,
we must investigate.
We must research.
You're drawn like moth to flame.
Oh yeah, no, that doesn't look that exciting as you get closer.
Nah, it's a toilet.
That's off my EMF though.
Yeah. If you get something. Yeah, look at that. 0.04. That's not very much.
Something.
You see the pit of doom here. You don't know what it is. It's probably just a fire pit or something.
It's weird. It's weird in a park like this though to have a big giant
it kind of
fire pit. I'm thinking witchcraft.
Yeah, definitely. It's probably for
easily
human sacrifice or
it's
something. Weenie
very,
roast.
Yeah.
Or both.
You could just save time and have a barbecue slash moonlight ceremony.
Sacrifice, yeah.
But it's definitely bizarre. But yeah, we found this random fire pit here in the park. I don't know what that's about.
But the thing about it is, it's right beneath this tree, which looks really good for hanging people.
Public.
It's got like branches, like these big horizontal branches going off, which is, if I were going to do it, which I don't, by the way, I don't get into hanging people like that, but if I did, this is the tree that I would probably use out of the whole park. So
I mean, Oregon, like it was known for hanging people in the 1800s because this is the second site. The witch's castle too was the site of another place of famous.
A lot of people.
Famous murder hanging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was the Wild West, right? I mean, of sorts. So I guess.
Yeah, way west. I mean.
Very, very Wild Westy.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it makes sense. If you murder people, we're gonna hang you. Done.
That's just frontier justice. I'm underneath the stairs here. This is just going under the road bridge. You can see the creek and the ditch there. If there's anything spookier than this. The Georges supposedly were committing a robbery and murdered the man that they were robbing and killed him to steal a bunch of money. Anything you'd like to say to us about that ill-fated robbery? According to the thing that I read, they didn't do a very good job. After they murdered the guy, they essentially just walked around the town giving people gold nuggets and stuff like that. So they were like, oh, these are the dead guy's gold nuggets, so where'd you get them? And they basically were able to tie them back to the crime pretty easily. So, I mean, it wasn't the crime of the century. And that was, of course, the 19th century. It wasn't exactly Ocean's 11. Did they, George's, anything you guys want to say in your defense?
We're going to see if any ghosts walk down the stairs.
There was a little something.
It already beeped before I even put it down.
Yeah. Then it went away. Anybody?
William Kendall, if you're here.
Anything spooky?
If you're here, come down the stairs right now for us.
Give us some EMF, or not EMF, but whatever, REM. Give us some REM.
Give us some juice.
REM me, guy.
Charles Rowe.
The Georges. I'm counting on the Georges here, actually.
Yeah. They were hanged together, so it would make sense.
Double the ghostly power is what I'm thinking.
They're together for all eternity. Like Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah, that's right.
In Ghostly Paradise.
Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, we were walking along, and all of a sudden, the REM pod just started beeping randomly as we were walking through. One of these parking structures we read was the original site of the hanging.
There
I
you
guess we're
go.
onto something. And then it started beeping, so we're
For
thinking
me,
we think we're in the right near the right spot here.
it's every time I think about stopping at In-N-Out.
Yeah.
The thing goes, see?
Should we stop at In-N-Out? It's telling us we need to get
Watch
a
this.
cheeseburger on
If
the
I
way
think
home.
about, as soon as I won't tell you when, but when I start thinking about burgers, watch what happens.
Oh, it's really
See?
getting excited. With or without fries?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it the fries
Oh, it wants fries too.
or a shake? Real ice cream
They've
shakes,
been
people.
dead for like 200 years. Of course they want a fry and shake.
My long suspected connection between In-N-Out and the occult. I've long suspected it.
Give us some juice. Whichever ghost was doing that.
Still blinking red, but
Is there a ghost here in our presence? You're here, set the REM pod off again. Thank you. Can you turn it off? Do we know that it's you?
no, he's
All
like,
right,
screw
you're not listening to me.
you. He's like, screw you.
If whichever ghost this is, can you stop the REM pod so we know that there's a ghost? Thank you.
There we go.
All right, is that is it? We'd like to know who you are. Can you tell us? Maybe
Okay.
do the spirit box, see if we get anything.
I'll do spirit box at the same time.
George, is that you? We're looking for George Baker. Is that George Baker or George Beale? Beale? So George Beale. We're talking to George Beale. All right, we might be able to hear you on this machine that he's holding. You want to give us a message? You can talk through to us on the spirit box.
George Beale's on answers. George Baker, are you here? Is this anywhere near the area? Does this mean anything to you? Do you have anything for us?
George, if you're here, can you set the REM pod off again? Can you come walk by this red device? George Baker.
Any George, basically.
If it's you, yeah, George Beale. Anyone named George?
Anyone named George.
Living in the afterlife. Any spirits nearby. We'll take it. We're taking any spirit.
At this point, yeah, we're.
It's kind of like the United Airlines when you're checking in, like
Yeah.
rows 1 through 7.
That's right.
We're now seating all.
We've
areas.
already done our gold star passengers.
It worked when we
Okay.
said all.
Anybody, yeah, any
all
or all
spirits.
ghosts.
Any and all spirits.
All right. Well, spirits, tell us anything you want to through this box. Like, who are you, and
oh, it's really.
what are you doing? And
do we have more than one spirit? It's going off quite a bit now.
yeah, if there's more than one, talk to us through the box.
All right, whoever is with us right now, we can hear you in this machine.
Say something over here so we can hear it.
Try to give us words. We can hopefully hear you. Do you have a message you want to share with us?
Yeah, 2 all beef patties, special sauce.
Are you
tomatoes.
scaring people in the parking lot late at night?
Double, animal style fries. That's the message. I'm getting it clearly.
Yeah. Clearly, it is every time we think about cheeseburgers because.
See, there it is. We can't help what the spirits order, you know.
We just like cheeseburgers around here. You guys have any ghosts? Calling all ghosts, all spirits. Thank you. Every time I call them, they come back.
Any ghost.
This is your chance. Communicate with us with the spirit box. Oh, it did have a 29 when I pulled it out. Calling all spirits. Come back to us one more time. All right, well, we tried. Oh. Okay.
Now you're just messing with us.
They only come back for cheeseburgers. Have you noticed that? They don't want to talk to you unless you're promising a cheeseburger.
Yeah. It's totally it's so manipulative.
Very manipulative. I'm feeling a little bit used right now.
Yeah, we'll play your game.
Yeah. Okay.
For a double. Well,
I suppose if I was dead for a few hundred years,
I feel the same way.
I'd be jonesing for a burger.
I would totally do it. I would come back for a burger.
Right. Pringle Park, Salem Hanging tree.
I mean, I can see why they chose that place to hang people when they did. It's been 150 years, but, you know, it seemed like a convenient place for any kind of mob justice.
I didn't know the ghosts were following us until we started talking to them at the parking lot. But later on, watching the footage, we found out somebody was following Ellie all around.
Yeah.
Probably
talking to me on the
really trying to tell you. William Kendall was probably trying to confess his innocence.
Our exhaustive historical research showed that it said that one of the hangings had taken place in the garage across the street. Like that used to be part of the park. So we walked across the little creek there to go, Pringle Creek, to go into the garage, see if we could get into the garage or do anything there. And we couldn't because the garage itself was locked, but that parking lot right in front of it.
We didn't even have to get that far because the ghosts came to us.
That was where most of the most interesting stuff actually took place. So.
Yeah, so I would caution you if you are a downtown Salem office worker and you have to go to your car post sundown.
Yeah.
I would prepare thyself.
Again, according to exhaustive Google resources, weird stuff does happen like over there in the parking garage.
How many bacon strips would you give it?
I would say a couple.
Yeah.
I mean, I usually rate low because like I don't ever feel scared or threatened by anything. So like when I think of bacon strips, I think of like how close was I to like losing it.
Right.
I don't know, but I thought that the place was creepy, and I felt like what was going on with the REM pod once we crossed the street, that was actually like, I thought that was pretty compelling.
Give it too as well because same. I think the ambiance was had a little bit of a creepy vibe, and then we obviously had the ghostly activity interacting with us in the parking lot, as well as something clearly following you around later as we found in the footage.
I didn't know it at the time, but now it kind of creeps me out. Like,
that's kind of creepy. It was like with you the whole time. And then that witchy fire pit, that was like, I don't know. Like, I don't see anybody having like a barbecue picnic at that weird, creepy thing.
I don't know what that was doing there, honestly. Same thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would say 2 as well.
Ghost Star! This is an H, and then like this is a G. Ghost.